Khuddamul Ahmadiyya Zindabad. We are the soldiers of Islam. We live to protect Islam. Khuddam Zindabad. Khuddam Zindabad.
We have spent a lot of time. We have academic competitions coming up, educational competitions. We also have to go for supper. Taekwondo has to also go on, and a whole other activities we all are aware of. By way of my own remarks before we have our closing prayer, I only want to mention that in this last Ramadan, I did a lot of visitation, and I had one message for the Majlis in Ghana. And the Majlis in Ghana is absolutely the same as the Majlis in Nigeria, from what I have observed, except you are big brothers, because it's Nigeria. Assalamu alaikum. You are bigger in everything compared to Ghana. And so the message simply is that where Ahmadiyya has come to right now, some people brought us this far. We have to pray and remember them in prayers every day, that Allah reward them for their sacrifices by giving them Jannatul Firdaus. But where Ahmadiyya must go from today, it is you and I, our duty to think about. It ought to be deliberately thought about. It is not something we have to flow with society. It will not work. If we intend to flow with society, we become amongst those people Allah has said He will take us away from there and bring other people to do it right. And you and I can see it in our Jamaat in this day, that the families of some of the originals of Ahmadiyya are passing away in Jamaat. Haven't you seen it where you come from? I have seen it in Ghana, where people who originally never knew they will matter in Jamaat are those who are rather in leadership. And the families of people who were originally those carrying Jamaat and have done the biggest of sacrifices are slipping away gradually. And we are worried why those leaves are falling off the tree of Ahmadiyya. Let's not be worried yet. What is ahead is worse if we do not deliberately think about where Ahmadiyya is going as members of Majlis Khuddam al-Ahmadiyya. So my message was in two questions in Ghana. The question I asked was that Ahmadiyya is 100 years in Ghana. Have we attained to our best development as we should be after 100 years? Ask yourselves the same thing. Do you think Ahmadiyya in Nigeria should be here at this time when you are over 100 years old? No. You and I know we could have been better. We know the things we do wrong. A lot of the youth marry Christians and other people who are not Ahmadis. How do you do this and you expect as a Jamaat to grow? A lot of the youth engage in fornication, adultery, and all manner of things. My bet, Niger bet, and bet Niger, or how do we call them? And then we engage in cyber crime. It's not only you. In Ghana, we do. We engage in these things. We engage in dirty, dirty lifestyles. But when we were listening to the speech, we realized that it's only faith that can bring virtuous deeds, because they are two sides of the same coin. If we do not develop our faith, virtuous deeds will not come. And if we do not have virtuous deeds, the good name of Ahmadiyya that our elders have bequeathed to us will drag it in the mud, na'uzubillah. And Allah will punish us for doing that. So in order for Ahmadiyya, in Ghana we have an idiomatic expression, say obefa nontuma pa efra, which means for Ahmadiyya to wear its best clothing. You understand what I mean? For Ahmadiyya to put on its best appearance to the world, it belongs to you and I as individual. Not me as Sadr, but me as Hanif Bipuah as an individual. The society I live in, I must be of good example. Whether as a student, whether as a mechanic, whether as a carpenter, as a lawyer, as a banker, even if you sit in groups in wherever you come from, to play spa, to have conversations, to participate in wakarama and everything, you ought to show good example wherever you are. Right now, it's example we need. How to acquire that faith, the way our Father has explained to us. Some people don't know how to take the first step. Others know how to. Those who know how to show good example. Those who don't know how to, put your pride down. Sacrifice your honor as it is in our pledge. And learn how to. Because at this time, we have to make sure Ahmadiyya succeeds. And you can only do that if you sharpen your faith. Clean your soul. Clean your soul. To clean your soul, avoid fornication and adultery. Number 1. And marry from Jamaat. Number 2. And it shall be well with you. All the suffering my brother is going through, in order to make Jamaat Ahmadiyya and Khuddam particularly attractive to everybody to participate, we have recognized it even in Ghana. I'm an ardent follower of your social media platforms. And I know the work you people are doing. Without you, he can't do what he's doing. So I want us to continue supporting, but don't live double lives. That you come for Wakarama, you come for Ijtema, you are around. When you get back home, then you are doing my bet, you are fornicating. Don't live double lives. You have to be faithful, real meaning of faith. And that's how Ahmadiyya will succeed, not the pretense. In the next 50 years, when our children and our younger brothers are coming to celebrate centenary of your Ijtema, we should, inshallah, see true changes. And when we have seen true changes, we don't need to tell the Nigerian government and the people of Nigeria that we are Ahmadis. They will follow us. They will come for verdicts and judgments from Ahmadiyya. They will seek leadership from us. Assalamu alaikum. That is who we are. And that is the work ahead of us. It's not small work, but we must start right now. Remember that Islam is the only faith that teaches that no matter how down you are, you can reform and come up. Nobody is condemned. At any point in time, you can reform, repent, do istighfar, and you'll be back to as good as new. So let nobody feel condemned by what we have said. But let it only be a wake-up call that we can stand up and make Ahmadiyya our own to be successful, so that inshallah we'll be blessed. Forgive me for taking a lot of your time, but I believe this message may help one person here, inshallah. So I will humbly request, even though I'm chairman, our father and elder brother to lead us in a closing prayer, so that he will remember the Khuddam in prayer, that Allah will help us to increase us in faith, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.